Now we are ready to move on to the test for sugar. The solutions we will test in this experiment are DI water, 1% starch solution, 1% sucrose solution, 10% sucrose solution, and onion juice. Before we begin, I will again label my test tubes 1 through 5 and add 3 milliliters of each substance, starting with DI water, to the test tube. Next, I will now add 5 drops of Benedict's reagent and swirl the contents. Finally, I will place all the test tubes in the boiling water bath for 10 minutes. For safety, I will use a test tube holder to take the tubes out of the boiling water and place them into the test tube rack. Now we can walk through the results. Looking at test tube 1, which contains DI water, you can see the test tube contents are blue in color, which indicate a negative result for sugar. You will want to record this in table 3 and save your interpretations for the end. Looking at test tube 2, which contains 1% starch solution, you will see that the mixture has turned light blue, indicating a negative result for sugar. Test tube 3, which contains 1% sucrose solution, is light blue-green in color, which indicates a slight positive result for sugar. Test tube 4, which contains 10% sucrose solution, has turned yellow, which indicates a positive result for sugar, while test tube 5, which contains onion juice, has turned dark brown, indicating the same. Now that we have recorded the results of this experiment, let's discuss the conclusions we can draw. First, for this test, it is important that you not only record if the sugar is present or absent, but if there is sugar present, this test allows you to evaluate how much sugar is present. For this test, I will walk you through the results for your table. Looking at test tubes 1 and 2, the color we will record is blue, which indicates a negative test for sugar. The color of test tube 3 is light blue-green, which indicates a very low amount of sugar is present. The result of test tube 4, yellow color, shows a low level of sugar is present, while the dark brown color of test tube 5 shows a high amount of sugar is present. Since we have now walked through the results and conclusions, you will only need to input the results into table 3 and write your conclusion section based on what we discussed here. In addition to including what happened, please also discuss if the results were expected or not and why in your conclusion section for this test. Our final test today will be to test for fat. To perform this test, we will simply place a drop of the substance we are testing on a brown paper bag. Make sure you are careful to evenly distribute the substance on the paper bag without touching it, and wait 15 minutes. After this time period, we will record whether or not the spot where the solution was placed has fully evaporated or not, in which case there will be an oily residue that remains. A positive result for fat will be one in which the solution does not evaporate, but leaves an oily residue. A negative test will result if our solution has fully evaporated after the 15-minute time period. Today we will test DI water, vegetable oil, and a milk solution for fat. You should be able to make an educated guess as to which substances will test positive or negative. Please do so at this time and compose table 4. To begin, I will label 3 brown paper squares 1 through 3 and place 1 drop of the solution I am testing on the paper. I am being careful to evenly distribute the substance on the paper bag. Now, we wait 15 minutes. You can clearly see that one substance has tested negative for fat, substance 2 has tested positive for fat, and substance 3 has tested positive as well. Please record this data on your table, and again, answer the following questions within the conclusion section of your lab report for each solution tested. 1. What were the results? 2. Were the results expected? Why or why not? And 3. If you find that your results were unexpected, please explain why, indicate possible reasons for this, and also include what you would do given this result. This concludes our work on this exercise. Please review the assignment for this activity and let your professor know if you have any questions.